Let's be honest for a second. When was the last time you put something on and truly thought, wow, this feels like me? Not younger, not trendier, just you confident, comfortable, and quietly elegant. Because somewhere along the way, many women were taught that style has rules, and those rules get stricter with age, that certain dresses are no longer appropriate, that flowing feminine pieces like a maxi dress for women over 60 should be left behind. But what if that's exactly backwards? What if the very piece you've been avoiding is the one that actually brings you back to yourself? The truth is, your 60s are not about dressing to impress others. They're about dressing in a way that feels aligned with your life, your body, and your confidence today. And when you find that alignment, something shifts. You don't just look elegant. You feel it in the way you walk, stand, and carry yourself. In this video, we're not just talking about how to wear a maxi dress. We're talking about how to rediscover your style in a way that feels effortless and real. We'll explore the shapes that flatter you now, the fabrics that feel beautiful on your skin, the colors that bring your natural glow forward, and the small styling choices that quietly transform everything. Because a maxi dress isn't about age, it's about presence. And once you feel that, everything changes. So now that we've shifted the way we think about style, let's talk about why one piece continues to stand out above the rest. One, the timeless power of the maxi dress. There's a reason the maxi dress for women over 60 has never truly gone out of style. And it's not just because it looks beautiful, it's because of what it represents. If we go back to the late 1960s and early 1970s, the maxi dress wasn't just fashion. It was a quiet revolution. At a time when women were redefining their roles and identities, the maxi dress offered something different: freedom. It moved away from rigid shapes and expectations, and instead embraced softness, flow, and individuality. And here's what's fascinating. Decades later, that same feeling still exists. A well-chosen maxi dress doesn't restrict you, it moves with you. Whether you're walking along the beach, meeting a friend for lunch, or attending a family celebration, it adapts effortlessly. That's the beauty of it. One piece, endless possibilities. But let's go a little deeper, because this isn't just about appearance. Have you ever noticed how certain outfits change the way you carry yourself? The moment you put them on, your posture shifts slightly. Your shoulders relax. Your steps feel lighter. That's not sluchino. When you wear something flowing, comfortable, and elegant like the right maxi dress, you naturally stand taller. You move with more ease. And without even realizing it, you begin to project confidence. I've heard many women say this: I didn't expect a dress to make me feel this different. And yet it does. Because the maxi dress isn't trying to force your body into a shape. It allows your natural form to exist gracefully. It highlights without clinging, softens without hiding. That's why, especially in your 60s and beyond, it becomes more than just a style choice. It becomes a confidence piece. So if you've ever thought of maxi dresses as just another trend, it might be time to see them differently. They're not about fashion cycles. They're about freedom, femininity, and feeling completely at ease in your own presence. So now that we understand why the maxi dress for women over 60 is so powerful, there's something even more important we need to talk about. Because no matter how beautiful the dress is, it will only truly shine when you understand the body wearing it. 2. Understanding your body after 60. Here's the truth that many people don't say out loud: your body changes. And not just a little, but in ways that affect how clothes fit, feel, and look on you. Your height may shift slightly over time. Your weight might redistribute often around the waist or hips. Your skin tone may soften, becoming warmer or cooler than before. And sometimes what you used to feel comfortable in simply doesn't feel the same anymore. Now you might be wondering, does that mean you have to limit your style? Not at all. In fact, this is where real style begins. Because the goal isn't to fight these changes, it's to understand them and then dress in a way that honors them. Let me give you an example. I once spoke with a woman in her late 60s who told me she kept buying the same types of dresses she wore in her 40s. And every time she tried them on, something felt off. Not because she looked bad, but because the clothes no longer matched who she is today. The moment she shifted her mindset from trying to go back to dressing for now, everything changed. Her choices became simpler, more intentional, and surprisingly, more elegant. That's the key. When you begin to see your body not as something to correct, but as something to work with, your entire approach to fashion transforms. You start asking different questions. What feels good on my skin? What shapes bring out my natural balance? What makes me feel like myself today? And this is exactly why understanding your body becomes the foundation, the guiding principle for every style decision you make. Because at this stage of lifestyle isn't about perfection, it's about alignment. When your clothing aligns with your body, your comfort, and your confidence, something powerful happens. You stop adjusting your outfit all day. You stop comparing yourself to the past, and you start showing up as you are fully and beautifully. Now that you've started to understand your body in a deeper, more accepting way, this next step is where things truly come to life. Because knowing your body is one thing, but knowing how to dress it well, that's where confidence begins to show. Section 3. Choosing the right silhouette. When it comes to finding the perfect maxi dress for women over 60, silhouette is everything. It's not about hiding your body, it's about working with it in a way that feels natural and balanced. Let's break it down in a simple, practical way. If you're on the petite side, long dresses can sometimes feel overwhelming. But the solution isn't to avoid maxi dresses, it's to choose them wisely. Look for vertical patterns, seam lines, or a V neckline. These details draw the eye upward and create the illusion of height. A slightly raised waistline, often called an empire waist, can also help elongate your overall silhouette beautifully. If you carry more fullness around your midsection, which is very common, A-line maxi dresses are your best ally. They gently skim over the waist without clinging, creating a smooth, flattering line. You feel comfortable, but still put together. For women with broader shoulders or a fuller bust, balance is key. Wrap dresses or V-neck styles help open up the neckline and soften the upper body, giving a more elongated and harmonious look. And if your frame is slimmer, you can actually add dimension. Tiered skirts, soft ruffles, or layered fabrics bring movement and a sense of fullness without overpowering your natural shape. Now let's talk about 2 rules that can completely transform how a dress looks on you. First, length matters. A true maxi dress should fall right at the ankle, not dragging on the floor and not too short. This creates that effortless, graceful flow while still allowing you to move comfortably. Second, fit is everything. Too tight and it feels restrictive. Too loose and it loses structure. The sweet spot is a fit that allows movement while still gently defining your shape. And here's the golden principle I want you to remember. Let the dress highlight you, not overpower you. Because at the end of the day, the most flattering silhouette isn't about perfection. It's about how you feel when you wear it. Do you feel at ease? Do you feel like yourself? If you do, that's the right choice. And if you're enjoying this guide so far, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It helps us continue creating content that supports your style journey every step of the way. Now that you've found silhouettes that truly flatter your body, there's one more element that can completely transform how you look and how you feel in a maxi dress for women over 60. And surprisingly, it's something many women overlook. Section 4. Colors that enhance your skin and presence. Let's talk about color not as a trend, but as a tool, because here's what often happens as we age, our skin tone subtly changes. It may become softer, slightly cooler or warmer, and sometimes less contrasted than before. And that means the colors you loved in your 30s or 40s might not have the same effect today. Have you ever put on a dress and felt like your face looked a little tired, even though you were well rested, or the opposite, worn a certain color, and suddenly received compliments like, "You look radiant today"? That's the power of choosing the right color. When it comes to maxi dress styling over 60, I often recommend starting with what we call jewel tones. Think sapphire blue, emerald green, deep plum. These colors have richness and depth. They reflect light in a way that brings life back into the face rather than washing it out. On the other hand, softer shades can be just as powerful. Colors like dusty rose-warm taupe or muted blush create a calm, sophisticated elegance. They don't compete with your features, they support them. But here's the most important shift in mindset. It's not about asking, is this color in style? It's about asking, does this color bring light to my face? Because trends will always change. But the way a color makes you feel, that's personal. I remember a woman telling me she stopped wearing bright colors because she thought they were too bold for her age. But when she tried a deep emerald dress again, she said, "I finally recognize myself in the mirror." That's what we're looking for. Not a younger version of you, but a more vibrant version of who you are today. So as you choose your next maxi dress, don't just focus on the cut or the fabric. Hold it up near your face. Notice how your skin looks. Notice how you feel. Because the right color doesn't just complete the outfit, it brings you to life. Now that you've discovered how the right colors can truly light up your face, there's another layer that quietly determines whether a maxi dress for women over 60 feels ordinary or effortlessly elegant. And that layer is something you don't just see, you feel. 5. Fabric, the true foundation of elegance. Let's be honest, have you ever worn a dress that looked beautiful on the hanger, but the moment you put it on, something just didn't feel right? Maybe it felt stiff. Maybe it clung in the wrong places. Or maybe it simply didn't move the way you expected. That's the power of fabric. Because no matter how perfect the color or silhouette is, if the fabric doesn't work with your body, the entire look falls flat. As we step into our 60s and beyond, this becomes even more important. Our skin can become more sensitive, a little drier, sometimes more delicate. And that means the materials we wear aren't just about style anymore. They're about comfort too. So, what should you look for? Start with fabrics that breathe and move. Cotton, linen, and jersey are wonderful for everyday wear, soft, airy, and easy to live in. They allow your skin to breathe and your body to move naturally. For more elevated moments, fabrics like silk or chiffon add that beautiful, flowing elegance. They catch the light gently and create movement with every step without feeling heavy or restrictive. If comfort is your priority, look into modal or bamboo fabrics. These are incredibly soft, smooth against the skin, and perfect for long days when you still want to feel put together. Now, just as important as what to choose is what to avoid. Try to stay away from fabrics that feel stiff, overly thick, or too shiny. Heavy materials can weigh down your silhouette, while overly glossy fabrics may highlight areas you'd rather soften. Instead, remember this simple guideline: soft, light, fluid. Because here's something most people don't talk about. Fabric doesn't just change how you look, it changes how you carry yourself. When you feel comfortable in what you're wearing, you move differently, you relax, you stop adjusting, you become more present. And that's where true elegance comes from. Now that you've chosen the right fabric, something that feels soft, moves with you, and supports your confidence, let's take it one step further. Because a truly great maxi dress for women over 60 isn't just beautiful, it's versatile. Section 6. How to style a maxi dress for every occasion. Here's something many women don't realize. You don't need a closet full of clothes to look stylish every day. Sometimes all it takes is one well-chosen maxi dress styled in different ways. Let's start with your everyday life. For casual days, running errands, meeting a friend for coffee, or enjoying a quiet walk, choose a lightweight maxi dress. Pair it with simple sandals, a comfortable crossbody bag, and maybe a sun hat. The goal here is ease. You want to feel relaxed but still look put together without trying too hard. Now what about evenings? This is where your maxi dress can truly transform. Switch to a more refined fabric like silk or chiffon and add a few elegant touches. Think delicate jewelry, a structured clutch, and a pair of low heels or wedges. Suddenly, the same dress feels elevated, graceful, and ready for dinner or a special event. Planning a vacation. Maxi dresses are your best friend. Go for bold prints, flowing cuts, and breathable fabrics. Pair them with flat sandals, sunglasses, and a woven tote. These are the moments where comfort and style blend effortlessly, and your outfit becomes part of the experience. And then there are the meaningful occasions, weddings, anniversaries, celebrations. Here, choose a maxi dress with subtle elegance, maybe a soft lace detail, a refined silhouette, or classic tones. Add timeless accessories like pearls or metallic accents. You'll look polished, appropriate, and quietly radiant. But here's something even more powerful: maxi dresses aren't just for summer. You can wear them all year round. In cooler seasons, layer your dress with a denim jacket, a tailored blazer, or a cozy cardigan. Add ankle boots or closed-toe flats, and suddenly your summer dress becomes a fall or spring staple. That's the beauty of it. One dress, many possibilities. And when you start to see your wardrobe this way, something shifts. It's no longer about having more clothes. It's about knowing how to use what you already have. Before we move on, I'd love to hear from you. Where are you watching from, and how old are you? Share in the comments below. And if you're enjoying this journey, don't forget to like and subscribe. It truly helps the channel grow and allows me to keep creating content just for you. Now that you've seen how one maxi dress for women over 60 can adapt to different moments in your life, there's one detail that quietly brings everything together, and often it's the difference between looking nice and looking truly polished. Section 7. Accessories. The finishing touch. Think of accessories as the final brushstroke on a painting. Your maxi dress is the canvas, but accessories are what give it personality. Let's start with one of the most powerful yet underrated pieces: the belt. A well-placed belt can instantly define your waist and create balance. If your dress feels a bit loose or shapeless, adding a belt, whether wide or slim, can bring structure and elegance back into the look. And here's a small trick: placing the belt slightly above your natural waist can subtly elongate your legs. Now let's talk about jewelry. This is where many women either do too much or not enough. The key is simple: one focal point. If your dress has a busy pattern or a higher neckline, go for statement earrings and skip the necklace. If your dress is simple and minimal, a bold necklace can elevate the entire outfit. The idea is balance, not competition. Scarves and shawls are another beautiful addition, especially for women over 60. A soft scarf can add color near your face, while a light shawl or wrap brings instant elegance, especially in the evening. It's also a wonderful option if you want a bit more coverage without feeling restricted. Now let's not forget your bag. The shape of your bag matters more than you think. Structured bags like a classic tote or a small clutch tend to look more refined and balanced with the flow of a maxi dress. Oversized or overly slouchy bags, on the other hand, can throw off your proportions. And finally, shoes. Comfort is essential, but that doesn't mean sacrificing style. Flat sandals create a relaxed, everyday look. Wedges or low heels add height and elegance without discomfort. Even a simple pointed flat can make your outfit feel more polished. But here's the deeper truth behind all of this. Accessories are not just decorative. They are expressive. They tell a story about who you are. A bold necklace might say, "I'm confident and vibrant." Pearls might whisper, "I value timeless elegance." Minimal accessories might reflect quiet confidence. So the question is, what do you want your style to say? Now that you've learned how to style your maxi dress for women over 60 with the right accessories, there's just one final step before everything truly comes together. Because great style isn't only about what you do, it's also about what you avoid. Section 8. Common mistakes to avoid. Plus your style blueprint. Let's start with a few mistakes that are incredibly common but also very easy to fix once you're aware of them. The first one, wearing a dress that's too tight or too loose. A dress that clings too much can feel uncomfortable and highlight areas you may not want to emphasize. On the other hand, an overly baggy dress can hide your shape completely and make you look overwhelmed by fabric. The goal is balance of fit that allows movement while still gently defining your silhouette. Another mistake is choosing prints that feel outdated or overly busy. While patterns can be beautiful, very small florals or loud, chaotic prints can sometimes distract from you. Instead, look for modern patterns or elegant solid tones that feel fresh and timeless. Then there's length. A maxi dress that drags on the ground not only looks unpolished, it can also be unsafe. Too short, and it loses that graceful flow. The sweet spot, right at the ankle. And let's not forget accessories. Too many can overwhelm your look. Remember what we discussed, one statement piece at a time. Let your outfit breathe. Fabric mistakes are also more common than you think. Heavy, stiff, or overly shiny materials can take away from the elegance you're trying to create. Always go back to the rule, soft, light, and fluid. Now here's the part I want you to remember, the blueprint. If you ever feel unsure about what to wear, come back to this simple formula. Choose a silhouette that flatters your body. Pick fabrics and colors that enhance your skin. Style your dress based on the occasion. Finish with thoughtful, minimal accessories. That's it. Simple, balanced, timeless. Because true elegance isn't complicated. It's intentional. And when you follow this approach, your maxi dress becomes more than just clothing. It becomes a reflection of your confidence, your presence, and your personal style. So now that we've walked through every detail from silhouette to color, from fabric to accessories, you might be realizing something important. This was never just about a maxi dress for women over 60. It's about how you see yourself. Because a maxi dress isn't just a piece of clothing you put on in the morning. It's something that moves with you, reflects your energy, and quietly tells the world who you are without saying a word. And here's the shift that changes everything. What if you stopped comparing yourself to who you were 20 or 30 years ago and started appreciating the woman you are today? The confidence you've built, the experiences you carry, the quiet strength that shows in the way you walk, speak, and choose what feels right for you. Style in your 60s isn't about going backward. It's about stepping into a new chapter with intention. A chapter where you dress not to impress others, but to feel aligned with yourself. So the next time you open your closet, I want you to pause for a moment. Don't ask, "What should I wear?" Ask, "What makes me feel confident today?" And then choose that dress, because the right maxi dress won't just make you look elegant, it will remind you of your worth. If this video inspired you in any way, I invite you to share it with someone who needs that reminder too. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and join this community where style is not about age, it's about confidence. Style doesn't fade with age, it becomes the truest reflection of who you are. Thank you so much for spending your time with me today. It truly means more than you know. Your support, your presence, and your journey are what make this community so special.